We saw a movie.
We saw a movie.
We saw an exciting movie.
We saw an exciting movie.
She held a flower.
She held a flower.
She held a pretty flower.
She held a pretty flower.
Her dress was absolutely stunning at the party.
Her dress was absolutely stunning at the party.
The test was much easier than expected.
The test was much easier than expected.
The garden was remarkably beautiful after the rain.
The garden was remarkably beautiful after the rain.
She can cook, but she might not enjoy it.
She can cook, but she might not enjoy it.
I might stay at home or go out for dinner later.
I might stay at home or go out for dinner later.
Questions and answers. Could I borrow your phone, or should I ask someone else?
Could I borrow your phone, or should I ask someone else?
You could borrow it, but you should return it soon.
You could borrow it, but you should return it soon.
The woman smiled at the baby.
The woman smiled at the baby.
The kind woman smiled at the baby.
The kind woman smiled at the baby.
An insect crawled on the wall.
An insect crawled on the wall.
An unusual insect crawled on the wall.
An unusual insect crawled on the wall.
I'm not sure about this decision.
I'm not sure about this decision.
Hooray! We're going on vacation.
Hooray! We're going on vacation.
Alas! My favorite store has closed.
Alas! My favorite store has closed.
The kids laugh at the funny joke.
The kids laugh at the funny joke.
We traveled during the holidays.
We travel during the holidays.
They worked quickly to meet the deadline.
They worked quickly to meet the deadline.
I always exercise daily to stay fit.
I always exercise daily to stay fit.
We laughed heartily at the joke.
We laughed heartily at the joke.
Questions and answers. Where does the cat sleep?
Where does the cat sleep?
The cat sleeps peacefully on the couch.
The cat sleeps peacefully on the couch.
He might have forgotten his keys, so he couldn't enter the house.
He might have forgotten his keys, so he couldn't enter the house.
We could love pizza, yet we shouldn't eat it every day.
We could love pizza, yet we shouldn't eat it every day.
Questions and answers. Will you join us for dinner, or would you prefer to eat alone?
Will you join us for dinner, or would you prefer to eat alone?
I will join you for dinner, but I might leave early if I get tired.
I will join you for dinner, but I might leave early if I get tired.
His response was shockingly rude during the meeting.
His response was shockingly rude during the meeting.
The dog was extremely playful with the children in the park.
The dog was extremely playful with the children in the park.
Her singing was absolutely flawless at the concert.
Her singing was absolutely flawless at the concert.
He might not have slept well, so he must have felt tired all day.
He might not have slept well, so he must have felt tired all day.
You should call her and apologize for the misunderstanding.
You should call her and apologize for the misunderstanding.
The weather was cold, yet we went hiking anyway.
The weather was cold, yet we went hiking anyway.
They were tired, yet they decided to keep walking.
They were tired, yet they decided to keep walking.
The dog is small, yet it has a loud bark.
The dog is small, yet it has a loud bark.
You watch movies on weekends.
You watch movies on weekends.
The teacher explains the lesson clearly.
The teacher explains the lesson clearly.
They listen to music while studying.
They listen to music while studying.
You shouldn't have done that.
You shouldn't have done that.
Gosh, this bag is so heavy.
Gosh, this bag is so heavy.
She should wake up early and go for a jog.
She should wake up early and go for a jog.
I could watch TV, but I must finish my homework.
I could watch TV, but I must finish my homework.
Questions and answers. Can you study today, or do you need to rest?
Can you study today, or do you need to rest?
I can study today, but I might need to rest later.
I can study today, but I might need to rest later.
They can study in the morning or relax in the evening.
They can study in the morning or relax in the evening.
The teacher explains clearly to her students.
The teacher explains clearly to her students.
They clapped enthusiastically after the performance.
They clapped enthusiastically after the performance.
She thinks deeply about her decisions.
She thinks deeply about her decisions.
He ate noisily, enjoying his meal.
He ate noisily, enjoying his meal.
The sun set.
The sun set.
The orange sun set.
The orange sun set.
I ate a sandwich.
I ate a sandwich.
I ate a delicious sandwich.
I ate a delicious sandwich.
He read a letter.
He read a letter.
He read a long letter.
He read a long letter.
She wore a dress.
She wore a dress.
She wore a beautiful dress.
She wore a beautiful dress.
She was very happy with the results.
She was very happy with the results.
The cake was extremely delicious and moist.
The cake was extremely delicious and moist.
He felt quite tired after his morning run.
He felt quite tired after his morning run.
A cat sat on the couch.
A cat sat on the couch.
A fluffy cat sat on the couch.
A fluffy cat sat on the couch.
An apple fell from the tree.
An apple fell from the tree.
A juicy apple fell from the tree.
A juicy apple fell from the tree.
The car stopped at the light.
The car stopped at the light.
The red car stopped at the light.
The red car stopped at the light.
She waved at the boy.
She waved at the boy.
She waved at him.
She waved at him.
I looked at the picture.
I looked at the picture.
I looked at it.
I looked at it.
Questions and answers. Is the book on the table? The book is on the table.
The book is on the table.
It is on it.
It is on it.
Did she sit on the chair? She sat on the chair.
She sat on the chair.
She sat on it.
She sat on it.
Did you put the keys on the shelf? I put the keys on the shelf.
I put the keys on the shelf.
I put them on it.
I put them on it.
I should study, but I might want to watch a movie.
I should study, but I might want to watch a movie.
She could pack her bags and leave for the trip.
She could pack her bags and leave for the trip.
He couldn't decide whether to stay or leave.
He couldn't decide whether to stay or leave.
Questions and answers. Should we go to the park or stay at home?
Should we go to the park or stay at home?
We should go to the park, but we might stay home if it starts raining.
We should go to the park, but we might stay home if it starts raining.
Oh no! I forgot my keys at home.
Oh no, I forgot my keys at home.
Aha! I found the missing book.
Aha, I found the missing book.
Ouch! That was a sharp needle.
Ouch, that was a sharp needle.
John loves soccer, but his brother prefers basketball.
John loves soccer, but his brother prefers basketball.
Dogs are friendly but require lots of care.
Dogs are friendly but require lots of care.
They invited Sarah to the party, but she couldn't make it.
They invited Sarah to the party, but she couldn't make it.
He drinks coffee every morning.
He drinks coffee every morning.
The cat chases the mouse.
The cat chases the mouse.
I exercise to stay healthy.
I exercise to stay healthy.
I finished early to catch the train.
I finished early to catch the train.
He waited patiently for his turn.
He waited patiently for his turn.
The cat slept peacefully in the sunlight.
The cat slept peacefully in the sunlight.
Questions and answers. When do they exercise?
When do they exercise?
They exercise daily to stay healthy.
They exercise daily to stay healthy.
The car stopped.
The car stopped.
The red car stopped.
The red car stopped.
The bird flew.
The bird flew.
The small bird flew.
The small bird flew.
Emma wrote a letter.
Emma wrote a letter.
Emma wrote a long letter.
Emma wrote a long letter.
The presentation was rather dull, but informative.
The presentation was rather dull, but informative.
This book is too interesting to put down.
This book is too interesting to put down.
The soup was fairly spicy but still enjoyable.
The soup was fairly spicy but still enjoyable.
A bird flew across the sky.
A bird flew across the sky.
A beautiful bird flew across the sky.
A beautiful bird flew across the sky.
The houses are on the hill.
The houses are on the hill.
The old houses are on the hill.
The old houses are on the hill.
An idea popped into her head.
An idea popped into her head.
An amazing idea popped into her head.
An amazing idea popped into her head.
She was asking the woman for directions.
She was asking the woman for directions.
She was asking her for directions.
She was asking her for directions.
He smiled at the woman.
He smiled at the woman.
He smiled at her.
He smiled at her.
They shouted at the children.
They shouted at the children.
They shouted at them.
They shouted at them.
The cat is sleeping, and the dog is barking.
The cat is sleeping, and the dog is barking.
She wanted to go to the park, and I wanted to stay home.
She wanted to go to the park, and I wanted to stay home.
The children played in the garden, and their parents watched them.
The children played in the garden, and their parents watched them.
She should wait, but he might not arrive on time.
She should wait, but he might not arrive on time.
You can read the book or listen to the audiobook version.
You can read the book or listen to the audiobook version.
He drank water.
He drank water.
He drank cold water.
He drank cold water.
The teacher smiled.
The teacher smiled.
The kind teacher smiled.
The kind teacher smiled.
Her new haircut looks really amazing on her.
Her new haircut looks really amazing on her.
The weather is unusually warm for January.
The weather is unusually warm for January.
His explanation was completely clear and easy to follow.
His explanation was completely clear and easy to follow.
A book was on the table.
A book was on the table.
A dusty book was on the table.
A dusty book was on the table.
The dog barked at the stranger.
The dog barked at the stranger.
The loud dog barked at the stranger.
The loud dog barked at the stranger.
A chair broke during the meeting.
A chair broke during the meeting.
A wooden chair broke during the meeting.
A wooden chair broke during the meeting.
She confidently answered the question.
She confidently answered the question.
We traveled far to visit family.
We traveled far to visit family.
He jumped high to catch the ball.
He jumped high to catch the ball.
Questions and answers. How does she drive?
How does she drive?
She drives carefully to avoid accidents.
She drives carefully to avoid accidents.
She stood in front of the mirror.
She stood in front of the mirror.
She stood in front of it.
She stood in front of it.
Questions and answers. Did you place the food in the fridge? I placed the food in the fridge.
I placed the food in the fridge.
I placed the food in it.
I placed the food in it.
She called out to the friend.
She called out to the friend.
She called out to him.
She called out to him.
Ugh! This traffic is terrible.
Ugh! This traffic is terrible.
Whoa! That roller coaster was intense.
Whoa! That roller coaster was intense.
Phew! I almost missed the bus.
Phew! I almost missed the bus.
We could watch a movie or play video games.
We could watch a movie or play video games.
You can have pizza or a sandwich for lunch.
You can have pizza or a sandwich for lunch.
You can take the bus or drive your car to work.
You can take the bus or drive your car to work.
I write in my journal daily.
I write in my journal daily.
We cook dinner together.
We cook dinner together.
The bird flies over the trees.
The bird flies over the trees.
The dog barked.
The dog barked.
The big dog barked.
The big dog barked.
I saw a book.
I saw a book.
I saw an interesting book.
I saw an interesting book.
The child laughed.
The child laughed.
The happy child laughed.
The happy child laughed.
The sunset was absolutely beautiful last evening.
The sunset was absolutely beautiful last evening.
She looked incredibly excited to start her new job.
She looked incredibly excited to start her new job.
His room was perfectly clean after the inspection.
His room was perfectly clean after the inspection.
We might run to catch the bus, but we could miss it.
We might run to catch the bus, but we could miss it.
He should exercise, or he might feel tired often.
He should exercise, or he might feel tired often.
I want to improve my English, yet I might not practice enough.
I want to improve my English, yet I might not practice enough.
The child played in the yard.
The child played in the yard.
The cheerful child played in the yard.
The cheerful child played in the yard.
A flower bloomed in the garden.
A flower bloomed in the garden.
A vibrant flower bloomed in the garden.
A vibrant flower bloomed in the garden.
The phone rang during dinner.
The phone rang during dinner.
The noisy phone rang during dinner.
The noisy phone rang during dinner.
The baby cried softly in her sleep.
The baby cried softly in her sleep.
Questions and answers. How did he answer the question?
How did he answer the question?
He usually answers confidently during the exam.
He usually answers confidently during the exam.
They study diligently for their exams.
They study diligently for their exams.
Huh. What did you just say?
Huh? What did you just say?
Ah. This coffee is so good.
Ah, this coffee is so good.
Ew.
That milk has gone bad.
Ew.
That milk has gone bad.
He was talking to the teacher.
He was talking to the teacher.
He was talking to her.
He was talking to her.
Questions and answers. Is the cat under the couch? The cat is under the couch.
The cat is under the couch.
The cat is under it.
The cat is under it.
Did he jump over the fence? He jumped over the fence.
He jumped over the fence.
He jumped over it.
He jumped over it.
Cats are independent, while dogs need more attention.
Cats are independent, while dogs need more attention.
The kids played in the yard while their mother prepared dinner.
The kids played in the yard while their mother prepared dinner.
She was studying, while he was watching TV.
She was studying, while he was watching TV.
The flowers bloom in spring.
The flowers bloom in spring.
She sings beautifully on stage.
She sings beautifully on stage.
The car stops at the red light.
The car stops at the red light.
The road is dangerously slippery after the rain.
The road is dangerously slippery after the rain.
He seemed slightly annoyed with the delay.
He seemed slightly annoyed with the delay.
Their performance was totally flawless during the concert.
Their performance was totally flawless during the concert.
He ate a banana.
He ate a banana.
He ate a ripe banana.
He ate a ripe banana.
She drove a car.
She drove a car.
She drove a fast car.
She drove a fast car.
They visited a park.
They visited a park.
They visited a beautiful park.
They visited a beautiful park.
An envelope was on the desk.
An envelope was on the desk.
An unopened envelope was on the desk.
An unopened envelope was on the desk.
The man walked into the room.
The man walked into the room.
The tall man walked into the room.
The tall man walked into the room.
A bag was left on the bench.
A bag was left on the bench.
A leather bag was left on the bench.
A leather bag was left on the bench.
She forgot her umbrella, so she got wet in the rain.
She forgot her umbrella, so she got wet in the rain.
Mark was hungry, so he made himself a sandwich.
Mark was hungry, so he made himself a sandwich.
It was getting late, so we decided to leave.
It was getting late, so we decided to leave.
Wow! That cake looks delicious.
Wow, that cake looks delicious.
Oops! I dropped my phone.
Oops, I dropped my phone.
Yay! It's finally the weekend.
Yay, it's finally the weekend.
The dog barked aggressively at the stranger.
The dog barked aggressively at the stranger.
She sings beautifully in the choir.
She sings beautifully in the choir.
He runs fast every morning.
He runs fast every morning.
The dog barks loudly.
The dog barks loudly.
She reads a book every night.
She reads a book every night.
They play soccer in the park.
They play soccer in the park.
They should try to fix the car, but it might not start.
They should try to fix the car, but it might not start.
You must hurry, or you might miss the train.
You must hurry, or you might miss the train.
Questions and answers. Must I finish my homework now, or can I do it later?
Must I finish my homework now, or can I do it later?
You must finish it now, or you will miss the deadline.
You must finish it now, or you will miss the deadline.
The dog could bark, and the baby might wake up.
The dog could bark, and the baby might wake up.
The baby's laughter was truly adorable and heartwarming.
The baby's laughter was truly adorable and heartwarming.
His speech was surprisingly engaging despite the serious topic.
His speech was surprisingly engaging, despite the serious topic.
The coffee was incredibly strong but kept him awake.
The coffee was incredibly strong but kept him awake.
I have a pen.
I have a pen.
I have a blue pen.
I have a blue pen.
The man worked.
The man worked.
The tired man worked.
The tired man worked.
The cat slept.
The cat slept.
The lazy cat slept.
The lazy cat slept.
The student asked a question.
The student asked a question.
The curious student asked a question.
The curious student asked a question.
An egg cracked in the pan.
An egg cracked in the pan.
An enormous egg cracked in the pan.
An enormous egg cracked in the pan.
A train arrived at the station.
A train arrived at the station.
A fast train arrived at the station.
A fast train arrived at the station.
She drives carefully on icy roads.
She drives carefully on icy roads.
He speaks loudly during meetings.
He speaks loudly during meetings.
Questions and answers. How do you study for exams?
How do you study for exams?
I study diligently to understand the material.
I study diligently to understand the material.
Bravo! You did an amazing job.
Bravo! You did an amazing job.
Oh, I didn't know you were here.
Oh. I didn't know you were here.
Yikes. That was a close call.
Yikes. That was a close call.
He doesn't like coffee, nor does he enjoy tea.
He doesn't like coffee, nor does he enjoy tea.
Anna hasn't been to Paris, nor has she visited London.
Anna hasn't been to Paris, nor has she visited London.
They didn't finish their homework, nor did they clean their room.
They didn't finish their homework, nor did they clean their room.
The baby cries when hungry.
The baby cries when hungry.
He works at a bank.
He works at a bank.
The sun rises in the east.
The sun rises in the east.